click the record button, and I say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. It's going good.
Good to hear. So we're doing a deck doctor on Mina 2. This is a character that I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see work. So hit me with the elevator pitch of what's going on with Mina 2.
All right. So this one, I'm going with the clog both players card pool strategy.
I love that.
I want to get cards in their card pool to help my attacks get through, so that I get that burn damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then also that lets me also get like really big like tongue whips and stuff.
Right.
And there's some cool ways to actually reuse this tongue whip with Mina's ultra rare, which I'm really excited for, and I want to see if I can make that work and just be like tongue whip, punch you again, tongue whip, and just do that a couple times.
Yeah, like tongue whip, amphibious, acid corrosion, tongue whip, right? That's a 3-attack string that like absolutely murders them. That's sweet. Okay, I'm into it. So hit me with the I mean, that was the elevator pitch, right? And so why only these 2 Mina cards? Why not the other ones? You like Chop, you like Corrosion Breach. Obviously, Breach is insane. But why Chop?
Chop is nice because it stuffs their card pool at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And as a flash, sometimes they just don't get to full block it, and then so that damage gets through. Sometimes I've had games where I just go chop, and they can't block at all, so they just take a ton of damage because there's like 3 cards in the card pool. So they just take like 5 damage from each one because they're partialing it.
Right.
But the her other attacks, like the punch is really great as a block, but it's not. I don't like it on offense. Like it basically is like a sticky balls breaker card, which is cool, but I don't want to run it. I don't have the space. And then her other thing is just painfully mid, and doesn't want, and is too easy to block, and it wants to be. It just, if it's blocked, it basically does nothing. So
Right. Yeah, that's fair. So all of everything that I've seen about this character, I've just like been like, I feel like I have to jam 4x of everything that she does. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm not positive that I'm the Mina master, but I am going through and I am snagging some. I'm snagging some cards that I think will be interesting for us to talk about. This one, okay, and then, all right. So, all right. So we've got, so we already talked about these ones. I think Cheerful Uppercut should start being in decks in replace of one of your Ice Storms. I think you should 2x Ice Storm and 1x Uppercut.
Okay, I can see that.
The reason is I think Ice Storm is very good at stopping attack turns, whereas Uppercut is really good at stopping foundation build turns. I think this card's way better on turn 2 when my opponent was just gonna play a nasty poke and then pass. So like my personal opinion is, I mean, I think like this card hands down is the reason why I think Ochako 2 is like a viable character now. I didn't think that Ochako 2 was good enough in set 1, but this card all by its lonesome, stopping my opponent from rebuilding out their foundations is so good. Obviously we don't have the things like Evil Gaze to back it up, right? But this card just says that like it does a slightly different version of this card, but I don't think that this card's good enough to kill people where this one is. So I want to put this at the 2 of, and then this in at a 1 of, and then you just sideboard the second one, and then you just like toss this one out. Yeah. Frigid Heatwave. I mean, it just draws cards. That's just kind of all this card does, which is good. It feels great. We could put this at a 2 of, and you could try Acid Fling. Have you played with this card?
I have tried Acid Fling in different builds. It is literally a case of if I play it early, it just gets blocked. If I play it late, it basically doesn't matter if it goes through because I'm out of attacks to play anyway. So it its response clearing the card pool and putting a thing in just doesn't matter.
Right. That's fair. All right, then I guess Frigid Heatwave is the right call, right? The other thing that I'm seeing here is maybe we don't have enough high blocks. So maybe we could put in a thing like an Eat My Sticky Balls at like a 2 of, right? Like we could hit like a Frigid Heat Wave down to 2, Ambush down to 2, or sorry, down to 2, down to 3, and then put in Eat My Sticky Balls, or maybe like an Acid Chop down to 3 instead of 2 or instead of 4, and maybe toss that in just because like our block zones on our attacks are like it's just these 4.
It's basically a bunch of mids and lows. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got
I
so
wanna.
many
And
of those.
I'd like to try to hold that high block if I can. That's like That's like the good card.
Correct. So we want to replace it with a different one. Let me go find that Eat My Sticky Balls and we can toss it in. Or we could be like real men and we just play, we could play something like Glacial, or not Glacial, sorry, Cinder Conviction, right? Get a big stun going. It's range powerful stun 1, do cool stuff. Or we could play something along the lines of Faith Shield if we want, or Creep and Vine Eruption if we wanted to. Or we could play Lentor Legacy Punch. We want to play 2 checks. Or Tape Swing. Just going through the line. Eat My Sticky Balls is the right call, though. So if we were to take out 2 cards, though, right? Because we've now added these Eat My Sticky Balls into... Oh, we put them in the main board. What are the 2 cards to take out? What do you think?
I definitely think we could just cut. There is an excess of card pool fillers like Tape Stream Jab. Tape Stream Jab is okay.
Yeah.
It's definitely just another put a card in your opponent's card pool for harder blocking and tongue whip basically.
So you thinking just take both those out and then toss in the Eat My Sticky Balls? I mean, they do the same job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's plenty reasonable. They're mostly in there because it's just more of it, but also I have pulled XRs of them.
Oh, I see. I love that. Okay, under the foundations, here's my number one thing is I think you have to play 4x of all of her cards. I think you have to play 4 Struggling with Studies. I think you have to play 4 Choosing a Hero Name. And I think you have to play 4 Mall Day. I know that sucks, but you have to be able to toss things into your card pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This card is not amazing. It does not want to be played at a 4 of, but I think it's at a Mina. If you want to use this response at all, like consistently, and just not have it be like, lol, I have a static on my face that lets me play cooler cards and ignore face downs and say Mineta 2 can actually eat my whole dick. I think you have to play 4 of this card.
It's not terrible, but yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is just Drowning in Resentment. After a card leaves your discard pile, it leaves a discard pile due to your rival's non-character effect. Add the top card of the deck to the card pool face down. You said you wanted more of stuffing into both our card pools. This is a way to do it. After you get sticky balls and not really care, you just drowning them back and be like, yo, my tongue whips are going to get hit harder. I'll ambush that card away if I need to. Right?
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I would try that.
Yeah. Let's see where our block zones look like. Here. If we wanted to put this card in, because we have to keep 4 choosing, we probably cut Wall Cling down to like a 3 of. We cut First Villain down to a 2 of. And then we toss Double Drowning in. And just to see what's up. And it also says that accidentally my stun attack gets good. Which we could just sideboard Todoroki 2 in this list and feel great about it. Actually.
Yep.
We just like take out the corrosion breaches for tape swings, right? And like literally do the exact same thing. Just like a five card sideboard slot that just like murders my opponent. You can give any of these, essentially give them +2 damage, +2 speed, and stun, and then you just pick it right back up. Pick it up tape swing every turn is gonna be really annoying.
Yep, that is definitely true.
Go back to block zone. For gotcha, only in here because it's a 0 diff, we could probably cut it down to a 3 of then, right? Unless we absolutely need those low blocks.
I think, yeah, we could probably, that's fine.
Hold on.
There's a good, there's a solid amount of lows.
We're at 70 cards. We're trying to cut this, right?
Yeah, trim
like
it
we
down.
are playing 24 attacks, but it's like fine. Put like 68 cards. We're at 70 because I just cut that one gotcha. Okay. So we got 2 cards to go. I think 1 Face Shield should be mandatory in every deck under these symbols because it's just a hand trap. It's essentially an action, right? It's essentially just like, oh, hey, the amphibious that you got rid of on my board, I had it in my hand. Sorry about it. So I really like this card, and I like it more than something like a third amphibious. Like we could cut this down to like a 2 of, right? Because this only really works with amphibious ambush, and it works on defense with face shield because it says it leaves the card pool. Oh,
it does work with acid corrosion breach also.
It does work with acid corrosion breach. Okay, because you lift the card. Okay, so maybe not amphibious. Let's look at a different card. It could be rescue completed ?
That was the thing I was feeling is all these cards are I like all these cards. I was having struggle cutting them because the cards I would cut are the Mina cards.
Right.
Those are like the least good ones, but they're the ones she wants to run all.
She's got to have them, or else you just got to pick a different character.
Yeah.
Like I guess you could play choosing her name at a 3 of, but like it feels really bad. We want to add that card up to our card pool. like really bad.
Yeah.
70. What's our block zones look like? Man, we're so even spread. Man, Yukenu is such a good deck. Maybe we cut Creepy down, right? Like we could cut Creepy to a 3 of, put in the face shield at the 1 of, and then sideboard the 4th Creepy. We didn't actually cut any numbers here, but like we're just spreading out our net just a little bit wider to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't like Ice Gliding as a card. Not whenever we have things like Surviving the Final. Whenever we have things like Sticky Balls. When we have things like Tape and Rescue Completed. I think this card is not very good inside of the water symbol, but I think it's playable in other symbols. And Enhanced Commit for +1, maybe +2 is like just not like a good rate. This is not an aggressive card. It's not.
Yeah,
right?
it definitely is not an aggro card. Yeah.
Could the answer just be just cut all 3 of these? What's our difficulty curve look like? 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 21 of our. Yeah, we could just cut Ice Gliding.
Gliding. Yeah.
Yeah. We're a little low on spam. Just a little bit, but like this one's not getting built anyways. Like we're fine with it. Man, these ones are spooky with our 4-2 diffs.
Yeah, I know.
Or 2 checks.
I'm running 2 diffs. That's the only reason but they're such good cards.
Yeah. We maybe could cut Sticky Balls down to a 1 of, but it kind of defeats the purpose of like wanting to play Tongue Whip and Ema Sticky Balls and Amphibious Ambush, right? Like this just does the job that we have to do. Yeah,
and Rescue is just really good, and just does a lot, especially with gotchas.
Right. Maybe we just put Rescue down to the 1 of and just like let it rock. And so now from here we're allowed to put in more cards because we want to push back up. Where I think like 1 Frozen, 1 Observant Student seems tight. This is deadlock pressure.
Yeah,
is really important. Actually, if we just put in double Observant Student, I think it's actually the right call. It's that, or we put in the Frozen because it's a way for us to get out of deadlock ourselves, right? Like if we're forced to, we could push it up to 69 cards.
I think I would definitely want to put in a Frozen.
Okay.
Because I definitely like having it out to deadlock.
Yeah, but this card just going and being able to pick up our acid corrosion breaches is like cracked. And we're already having things like clear and leave. Like this card just seems really, really good. And just as long as you have the self-control to just not flip it. Just leave it on the board and be like, yo, if you go to 11 Foundations, I get to go pick this card up. I get this one, and this is the one that's going to kill you as a 5 low for 8. That drew me a selective attack.
Yeah, nuts. 5 low 8 that drew me a card and it does burn 1.
Yeah, feels good. Feels good. And you got the funny number, which is like what's important, right?
Yeah, this is the only thing that matters.
Yeah. And you get the graspings on the side, so you can do stuff. Yeah, man, I think this is a fine looking list. I'm gonna just toss these out of the sideboard. I think this is a fine looking list. I think that this is the struggle with Mina, right? Like if you want like a well-rounded list, you play like a 70 card deck with a bunch of attacks. Otherwise, if you just like want to play a taco truck deck, you just, you know, play 4x choosing a hero name, and you take out these lame wall clings and you just like jam pack it with creep realizations, and you tongue whip and you just kill them. Like you take out the ice storms and you're like, I don't need them. Who cares? And you just kill people out of 50 card deck. I think those are the two ways you play this character.
Yeah.
Maybe that's actually not done underwater. Maybe you do it under a different symbol, and like not care about tongue whip. But I don't know.
Yeah, just go like chaos and go for like indiscriminate shock as your kill card, and just swing hard.
Have the things that get to re-ready themselves if you have momentum, or like first day of classic if you put opponents to your check, and just swing on them. See what happens there.
Yeah. I like where it's at right now for the water build. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's neat. I think it's really, really neat. This is very, very similar to the list that I have on Tabletop Simulator. So I'm excited to see how well it does.
Cool.
Anything you vehemently disagree with here?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you can't even with like a 90% done deck. So it's hard to and Mina's like kind of like, you know, easy bake character. You just play 4 of her stuff and you kind of just good. Yeah. All right, man. Well, let me send you over the deck list. Thank you again for the support over on Patreon, and you have a good rest of your day, okay?
All right, thank you very much, man. Take it easy.
Peace.